Okay, evaluate each indefinite integral. Again, you have to go ahead and decide which one is going to be the u and which one is going to be the dv. And once you decide that, then you find this, you decide this, you decide this, and then you find this. So for this one, you find the derivative. For this one, you find the integral. Well, again, we have an x times e to the negative x. All right? So I'm going to name u to be x because the derivative of x, du, is 1 over x dx. So that means that this is e to the negative x. Remember what I said when you integrate, if you have the integral of e to the x is e to the x. However, if there is a variable right here, then it becomes e to the x divided by the a. So in this case, our a is -1. So I'm not sure you can see that very well. So v would be e to the negative x divide -1, or just write it as negative. The negative can be put out front instead of down here. Negative e to the negative x. And this is how you know that you did it correctly. Now take the derivative. Now set y equal to -1 times e to the negative x. It means the same as this. Now find the derivative of that. Well, y prime is e to the negative x, -1 times e to the negative x. It's the original function, times the derivative of negative x, which is -1. Well, negative times negative is positive, so y prime is e to the negative x. Ta-da! So negative e to the negative x, and I'll put -1, e to the negative x, is our integral for that. All right, so now we have our u, our v. Let's see. I'm going to put it down here where you can see it easier. So here's our u. Here's our v. Here's our du. Why would have I done that? The derivative of x is 1. I'm so silly. Glad I caught it though. dv is the e to the negative x. Okay, so now we can get started. We can say u times v. Let me erase all this stuff up here so I have room now. U times v. So this is a negative times a positive, so I'm going to put negative x e to the negative x. And pretty soon, in the final, we could rewrite this as negative x over e to the positive x. But for right now, I'm going to leave it. And then remember, the formula is uv subtract the integral of v du. So now we're going to subtract the integral of v and that's 1 dx, or just dx. Well, that is a -1 right there, so I'm going to extract that -1 and put it there. And then we know what the integral of e to the negative x is. It's right there. So then we can go ahead and simplify, and this will be our final simplification. So, well, I might simplify it twice because I might move this to the denominator. Negative times negative is positive, and then the integral of e to the negative x is negative e to the negative x. Well, and then that indefinite, we need the uppercase C. Ooh, I might not have put it on the last one. That's not good. So this is a negative x, and since e, that's the negative x, we will put e to the x there, and that's a negative, or negative 1. So instead of plus, I can put subtract 1 over e to the x plus c. And really, that could be rewritten as 1 subtract x all over e to the x plus c.